We hope to see you out here at US 30 Speedway tomorrow for night number 2 of the 23rd Annual Abe Lincoln Memorial. If not, we hope you'll tune in to the AdvantageRacing.tv broadcast. Here we go. Caution lights go out. Green flag comes off. Turn number 4 next time around. Tad Pospisil and Robert Osborne on the front row. 8 laps for heat race number 1 for the late models. We are green. Through 1 and 2 the first time. 2 by 2 by 2 by 1 as they come off the exit of 2. Pospisil and Osborne side by side, a pair of Norfolk natives going at it for the race lead early on. Off the exit of turn number 4, advantage will go to Osborne. Robert Osborne takes the opening lap. Tad Pospisil settles into position number 2. Meanwhile, Nelson Volbrecht to the inside of Les Siebert. That's for 3rd as they come off of turn number 2. Volbrecht takes the spot away, and now Siebert not going away quietly. Here comes Matt Buller into the mix. Buller trying to work the inside line, can't make a pass. Good race there for position number 3 between Nelson Volbrecht and Les Siebert. Volbrecht, a former Sport Mod track champion here at US 30 Speedway, and now trying to take on the wily veteran in Les Siebert. And now Matt Buller to the inside. Buller takes the spot away from Siebert. So Matt Buller up to position number 4, but now the battle for the lead rages on. Robert Osborne takes the line away from Tad Pospisil as they go through 3 and 4 this time. Oh, so it's Jared Heffelman behind the wheel of the 73 machine. You'll be seeing Jared. So thank you very much for the driver switch there. Jared Heffelman driving the Chad Jensen number 73 tonight. And now caution is out in turn number 2. That's Les Siebert. So it's up right there for the 51 out of York, Nebraska, going around Les Siebert. For the second night of the Abe Lincoln Memorial, we switch out the late models with the IMCA Modifieds. We switch out the classic stock cars with the Good Old Time Racing Association. And then we add the Sport Compacts to the bill. Here we go. Back to green in heat race number 1 for the late models. Side by side in turn number 1, Jared Heffelman. First late model start at US 30 Speedway, a multi-time modified track champion here. Heffelman looks to the inside of Osborne as they come off of turn number 4. Great race here, but Osborne continues to show the way. Heffelman not giving up the chase to the inside. Off of turn number 2 this time. Osborne still with the advantage. Heffelman in second, but not by much. Nelson Volbrecht runs 3rd. Matt Buller 4th. Blair Krause and Dan Lucan rounds out the running order. 2-6 up, 2 to go, and it's been a great race up front. Heffelman staying to the low side through 1 and 2, and now he pokes ahead. Jared Heffelman now with the race lead down the backstretch. Trouble for the 112 of Dan Lucan. He'll take that car off the racetrack. Will continue on. White flag in the air. So now Jared Heffelman shows the way down the backstretch for the final time. Billy Lloyd's checker flag is going to fly. And in his first start in a late model in 2019, Jared Heffelman takes heat race number 1. Robert Osborne comes home second. 3rd is Nelson Volbrecht, Matt Buller, Blair Krause, Dan Lucan, and Les Siebert. So give it up for him, race fans. Your winner of your first IMCA late model heat race from Columbus, Nebraska, car number 73, that's Jared Heffelman. And riding shotgun on the field from David City, Nebraska, car number 16, it's the Pink Panther, Tom Swoboda. Once again, 7 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 2 of 3 for the IMCA late models, brought to you by National Auto Sales. Here we go off of turn number 4. Green flag is in the air, we're underway. Second late model heat race for the Abe Lincoln Memorial is a go, and now the mad shuffle begins. Brian Mold with a good run to the inside as Mark Lucan gets sideways and gets high centered on top of the implement tire. Caution's out. So tough break there for the 12 of Mark Lucan. So first Dan goes down in the first heat race. Now Mark has troubles. Here we go. Alex Banks on the point in car number 12. He'll lead the 6-pack attack off of turn number 4. Billy Lloyd right on him with green flag in hand. And we are underway in our second late model heat race. Here we go. Shuffle is on through 1 and 2. Banks with a half car length advantage, but not for long. Chase Osborne to the inside. Osborne, the winner of this race 1 year ago. Looking back to the inside off of turn number 4. Osborne has the half car length advantage. Chase Osborne shows the way after 1. Alex Banks runs in the second spot. Brian Molt runs third. 3 wide for 4th. Tom Swoboda trying to get around the outside of Carlson and Johnson, and he will do so. Carlson gets shuffled all the way back to the rear, but Jim Johnson not going away quietly. Chase Osborne shows the way down the back straightaway. Alex Banks settles into position number 2. Meanwhile, Jim Johnson trying to work the inside of Tom Swoboda. That is for the 4th spot as they come off a turn number 4. Swoboda a little sideways. Good save and keeps the 4th spot to himself. Brian Molt now looking to the inside of Alex Banks. That's for the 2nd spot as they go down the back straightaway this time. Osborne continues to show the way. Now Molt inside of Banks. 11B and 12 side by side for the 2nd spot. Advantage goes to Banks. Jim Johnson not giving up on the battle with Swoboda. That's for the 4th spot. They go into 1. Swoboda able to take the low lane off of turn number 2 and keep the 4th spot down the back straightaway and into 3. Meanwhile, Alex Banks trying to get the top shelf dialed up in a big way off of turn number 4. Here comes Banks. Banks on the outside lane through 1 and 2, but Brian Molt with a good head of steam off the bottom keeps the 2nd spot. But Chase Osborne out in a league of his own, halfway back to Norfolk by now. 2 to go. His father, Robert, got 2nd in the first heat. Chase trying to get a better starting spot in that main event. Osborne shows the way at the white flag. Brian Molt settling into that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Tom Swoboda still with his hands full of Jim Johnson. That's for the 4th position. Into 3. He won this race 1 year ago, and he's going to start tonight off on the right foot. Chase Osborne wins heat race number 2 for the late models. 2nd on the line will be Brian Molt. Alex Banks will be 3rd. Tom Swoboda, Jim Johnson, your top 5. Chad Carlson will round out the field. So give it up for race fans, your 2nd IMCA late model heat race winner from Norfolk, Nebraska, car number 14. That's Chase Osborne. 7 more cars, 8 more laps. 3rd and final IMCA late model heat race here for the 23rd annual Abe Lincoln Memorial final heat race of the night. We will get right into last chance qualifiers after this one goes final. The Ravenna Rocket and the Benedict Bullet on the front row. We are green for the late models one more time in the heat races. Let's see how this one unfolds. Off of turn number 2, nearly 3 wide for the race lead. Denton Duncan shows the way, but Corey Dumpert right around the low side through 3 and 4. The Ravenna Rocket takes lap 1. Tyler Mark runs 2nd. Corey Dumpert right there to the inside lane. That's for the lead off of turn number 2. Duncan's going to meet him down the backstretch. Dumpert with the half car length advantage now pulls ahead on entry to turn 3. Through 3 and 4 this time, Dumpert shows the way. Duncan settles into position number 2. Tyler Mark 3rd, 4th is Dylan Schmier. Dean Wilkinson runs 5th. Greg Crone is 6th. Jake Kapicka out back in 7th. Corey Dumpert now to the top side through turns 3 and 4 and dives to the bottom on entry to turn 1. Dylan Schmier looking to the inside of Tyler Mark. That's for position number 3 on the racetrack. Mark, in his first late model appearance here at US 30 Speedway, I believe he's been here multiple times in a sport mod. And Mark, his first full season behind the wheel of a late model, doing an excellent job. Mark coming off a 3rd place finish last Saturday out at Junction Motor Speedway, and now looking to score a good finish here in his first Abe Lincoln Memorial with the late models. Corey Dumpert continues to show the way. Dumpert finishing 2nd in the point standings here at US 30 Speedway in the regular season. Multiple A feature wins to help him be the co-champion for the IMCA late models. Denton Duncan, currently in position number 2 on the Speedway, doing an excellent job. The 83D out of Ravenna, Nebraska, doesn't get up here very often, but he's doing an excellent job here tonight. White flag in the air, final time around for the 77. Down the back straightaway, now into turn number 3 for the final time. Checker flag is going to fly off of turn number 4. Corey Dumpert takes the 3rd late model race in very decisive fashion. Denton Duncan will hang on for the 2nd spot. Dylan Schmier comes home 3rd. Then it's Tyler Mark, Dean Wilkinson, Jake Kabicka, and Greg Crone to round out the field. So give it up for him, race fans. Your winner of your 3rd and final IMCA late model heat race from York, Nebraska, car number 77, Corey Dumpert. Here we go. Tom Swoboda, Chase Osborne, row 1. Dylan Schmier, Nelson Volbrecht, row 2. Denton Duncan, Corey Dumpert, row 3. Alex Banks, Brian Molt, row 4. Matt Buller, Jared Heffelman, row 5. Tyler Mark, Robert Osborne, row 6. Blair Krause, Jim Johnson, row 7. Dean Wilkinson, Dan Lucan, row 8. Chad Carlson, Jake Kapicka, row 9. Les Siebert, Mark Lucan, row 10. Greg Crone in row 11 by himself. Here we go, race fans. It is Fat Tire Friday showtime at the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Here we go through 1 and 2 the first time. Chase Osborne breaks out to the race lead. Corey Dumpert with a big head of steam on the outside lane. He'll look to the outside of Tom Swoboda for the 2nd spot as the field storms through 3 and 4 for the first time. Opening lap will go to Osborne. Dumpert right around the outside. He'll take the 2nd spot. Corey Dumpert finishing 2nd in the point standings in the regular season here at US 30 Speedway. Meanwhile, Tom Swoboda having some trouble through turns 1 and 2, and that's going to allow Nelson Volbrecht and Dylan Schmier to get by. Now Dumpert going after Osborne for the race lead as they enter turns 1 and 2. Osborne on the low side, Dumpert up top, and Dumpert not wasting any time here. Corey Dumpert takes the lead on entry to turn number 3. Side by side, Osborne right around the bottom, but off of 4, you've got a new leader. Corey Dumpert now shows the way. Trouble in the back in turn number 3. Mark Lucan has gone around, and that will bring us under yellow flag conditions. Caution on the speedway for the 12 of Mark Lucan. Last 2 nights that the late models have been in action, I tell you what, we've had a couple of great fields. We had 21 cars here tonight. A couple weeks ago for championship night, we had 23 in the field. So a good couple of late model races the last couple of times here at US 30. Here we go, off of turn number 4. Corey Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. Oh, a little contact there between Jared Heffelman and Dylan Schmier. Good save by Schmier. But Heffelman's going to lose a couple of spots. Meanwhile, Schmier loses the 2nd spot to Nelson Volbrecht. Volbrecht now trying to chase down Dumpert for the race lead as they go down the front stretch this time. Robert Osborne working to the inside of Dylan Schmier for the 3rd spot. Meanwhile, good battle back there for position number 5 on the speedway. Jared Heffelman able to pull away from Tyler Mark and Brian Molt. Tom Swoboda and Denton Duncan are both back there as well as the field continues to sort itself out. Now Volbrecht closing in on Corey Dumpert. You don't see this every day. Dumpert trying to run the top shelf. Volbrecht right through the middle of turns 3 and 4. He's on the bottom through 1 and 2 and making some serious hay down there. This time Volbrecht right through the middle, loses a bit of ground to Dumpert. Volbrecht will try to run through the middle of turns 3 and 4 this time. Dumpert continuing to ride the top shelf for all she's worth. Meanwhile, the shuffling in the back, in the middle. Whoa! Tyler Mark way off at turn number 4, cuts clear across the track, nearly takes the nose off of Matt Buller, but he'll lose about 3 spots out of that deal. Buller doing a great bit of heads-up driving, and he misses Mark. Matt Buller now into position number 9 on the speedway. Tom Swoboda now falls back to 10th. He was your pole setter to kick things off here. Next time around, we will be halfway through this one. 10 down, 10 to go. Corey Dumper has been your race leader. Nelson Volbrecht runs second. Robert Osborne third. Dylan Schmier fourth. Denton Duncan now into the top 5. Good run for the 83D. Then it's Jared Heffelman running 6th. Brian Molt is 7th. Jim Johnson 8th. Matt Buller 9th. Tom Swoboda your top 10. Blair Krause shown in 11 cautions out. And we've got a 2-car tangle over in turn number 1. That's Jake Kapicka and Greg Crone involved. So just before the halfway mark, we have our second caution. Trouble for Tyler Mark. He's going to take the 24T off the racetrack. Same goes for the 51 of Les Seabird. The IMCA Modifieds make their way in, along with the Good Old Time Racing Association and the Sport Compacts. Here we go. 11 laps to go in your IMCA Late Model A main for the Abe Lincoln Memorial. Corey Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. Here we go. The Mad Shuffle begins once again. Jim Johnson, good head of steam off at turn number 2. Meanwhile, we've got trouble in the back, and for the second time, it's Mark Lucan. Caution is out again, this time for Mark Lucan, looping it around. He's able to get it refired. But unfortunately, that is the second time that Lucan has gone around. Trying to bring one more piece of hardware back to the hometown in York. With the 77, Dumpert brings us back down to the green flag. We'll try it again. Here we go through turns 1 and 2 to kick things off. Dumpert shows the way down the back straightaway. Nelson Volbrecht files into that second spot. Denton Duncan had pressure coming from Jared Heffelman. Heffelman starting to charge towards the front. Halfway home in this one. 10 down, 10 to go. Here comes Heffelman. Heffelman now to the inside of Dylan Schmier. That's the challenge going on for the 4th spot. They go through 3 and 4 side by side. And man, the black diamond chassis of Jared Heffelman, it just gets amazing bite. Even right in the slick stuff off of turn number 4. Jared Heffelman now up to position number 4 on the Speedway. Schmier back to the inside off of turn number 4, trying to pose the challenge back to Heffelman. It's been a good one so far. And now Jim Johnson looking to sidestep Denton Duncan. That's for the 6th spot as they go down the back straightaway. Johnson will do so as they go down into 3. Johnson stays low, Duncan through the middle. And Duncan now starting to lose some ground. Corey Dumpert now starting to pull away from Nelson Volbrecht. Volbrecht was great on that last green flag stretch, but then the cautions came out, and now Dumpert starting to pull away. Half a straightaway advantage for Dumpert over Volbrecht. Next time around the line, we will have 5 laps remaining in the Abe Lincoln Memorial feature for the late models. Corey Dumpert remains your leader. Nelson Volbrecht runs 2nd. Robert Osborne 3rd. Jared Heffelman runs 4th. Dylan Schmier your top 5. Then it's Jim Johnson, Denton Duncan, Matt Buller, Brian Molt, Blair Krause, your top 10. Krause now to the inside, showing some muscle on Molt late in this one. And Krause quick to sidestep Molt for the 9th spot. Good run to the 8K out of Gretna. Corey Dumpert, he's got the 77 on lockdown right through the middle and on the top shelf. 3 laps to go for the 77. What a run it has been for a great season for the 77 of Dumpert. Winning the 2019 IMCA Late Model National Championship, and now Dumpert into lap traffic in a big way. Threads right between Tyler Mark and Jake Kapicka. Corey Dumpert trying to run away and hide with this one. Dumpert staying to the outside as he puts the 112 of Dan Luke in a lap down. White flag in the air. Final time around for Corey Dumpert. Dumpert will show the way now as we got a spin on the back straightaway. Alex Banks spins to the infield, but off at turn number 4 for the final time. Double checker flags are going to fly. Corey Dumpert is going to win the Abe Lincoln Memorial for the late models. Second will be Nelson Volbrecht. Robert Osborne is 3rd. Jared Heffelman comes home 4th. Dylan Schmier, your top 5. Then it's Jim Johnson, Matt Buller, Denton Duncan, Blair Krause, and Brian Molt. That will be your top 10. What a race there to the finish. We give it up for him, race fans. Your winner of tonight's Abe Lincoln Memorial for the late models out of York, Nebraska, car number 77, Corey Dumpert. All right, race fans, made it down here to Chassis Victory Lane. That's a pretty good sized trophy here, Corey Dumpert. Great job tonight. Excellent run on the top side. That was right where you needed to be.
Yeah, the track was flawless. I mean, you can run high, low, medium. The track is smooth. It's been great all year. The Lincoln family and Bobby, they do a heck of a job with this place.
I tell you, it was just like that in the heat race. You ran the top side. You were just as fast there in the feature as you were in the heat. Even as much as the track changed, just about no one could catch you.
Yeah, we got the car dialed in, which goes out to my crew, and you know, Schwartz builds one heck of a race car, and I just get the fun part of driving it.
Well, let's thank some of the folks to help you get the 77 out here to US 30.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my dad, my girlfriend, Kevin Shafranik, all the sponsors on these cars. Ben, he helped out tonight. All you fans for coming out. I mean, you guys make this possible. I mean, there wouldn't be racetracks without you guys filling the stands, so thank you.
Well, that's a pretty cool piece of hardware to add to your collection, the ever-expanding resume of the 77. Job well done, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah, this is probably one of the coolest trophies I got, so I'm going to hold on to this one.
How about it, race fans? Your 2019 Abe Lincoln Memorial Champion for the IMCA Late Models, Corey Dumpert.